traversing altitudes of over 5,000 meters, and with over 80% of the railway consisting of tunnels and bridges, you can see why this project is likely to exceed a budget of over $50 billion. Imagine building a train line that stretches from New York City to Miami, but instead of crossing flat terrain, it carves through some of the harshest and most unpredictable environments on Earth. Why is this railway so significant? Why would China invest so heavily in such a challenging project? And how do they plan to overcome the brutal realities of the Himalayas' rugged landscape? These are the questions we're exploring today. What's up guys, Jerry here, and today we're delving into a project that's as breathtaking as it is ambitious: the Sichuan-Tibet Railway. From its monumental scale and groundbreaking technology to the extreme challenges of high-altitude construction, we're uncovering everything about this railway that promises to transform the region. There's so much to unpack, so let's dive in and see how this project compares to anything the world has ever seen. To understand the significance of the Sichuan-Tibet Railway, we need to first delve into some historical context. Tibet has always been one of the most remote and inaccessible regions in the world. Surrounded by towering peaks and rugged plateaus, it's often called the roof of the world. For centuries, travel to Tibet was limited to dangerous mountain paths and long caravan routes. Even in modern times, reaching Tibet has remained a logistical challenge. Before the construction of the Qinghai-Tibet Railway in 2006, travel to Lhasa, Tibet's capital, was a 2-day ordeal by bus or a costly flight. The Qinghai-Tibet Railway was revolutionary in connecting the region to mainland China. Stretching 1,956 kilometers, it traverses permafrost, deserts, and high-altitude plateaus. However, while it opened up northern Tibet, the region's southeastern parts and neighboring Sichuan province remained disconnected from China's economic centers. Sichuan, with its bustling capital Chengdu, is one of China's largest provinces and serves as an industrial and cultural hub. The need to link these two regions was both strategic and economic. The idea for the Sichuan-Tibet Railway was proposed in the early 2010s as part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. This massive infrastructure development plan aims to improve global trade routes and connect Asia, Europe, and Africa. The railway was seen as a critical step in integrating Tibet into China's national framework while leveraging the region's untapped natural resources. Tibet is rich in copper, lithium, and rare earth materials, essential components for green technologies like electric vehicle batteries and wind turbines. The Sichuan-Tibet Railway starts in Chengdu, the vibrant capital of Sichuan Province, known for its spicy cuisine and pandas. From Chengdu, the railway heads west to Ya'an, a relatively easy stretch that was completed in 2018. Beyond Ya'an, the route becomes significantly more challenging, as it snakes through the Hangduan Mountains, crosses the Yalangzangpo River Valley, and ascends the Tibetan Plateau. This middle segment, which includes 72 tunnels and 121 bridges, is still under construction and expected to be completed by 2030. The engineering challenges are mind-boggling. The railway has to contend with an elevation change of more than 3,000 meters. The starting point in Chengdu sits at just 300 meters above sea level, while Lhasa sits around 3,600 meters. In some sections, the tracks climb higher than 4,000 meters, where the air is thin and oxygen levels are 40% lower than at sea level. To keep trains running safely and comfortably, engineers have equipped them with oxygen diffusion systems and pressurized cabins, similar to those in airplanes. Over 80% of the railway's route is composed of tunnels and bridges. The Yangbajing Tunnel, for example, stretches an incredible 42.5 kilometers, making it longer than the Channel Tunnel between England and France. In total, the railway includes 851 kilometers of tunnels and 121 bridges, some of which span massive river gorges and active fault lines. These structures aren't just feats of engineering, They're designed to withstand earthquakes, landslides, and extreme weather. The Himalayas are one of the most seismically active regions in the world, so engineers have used shock-absorbing foundations and flexible materials to mitigate the impact of tremors. Another challenge is permafrost. Building a stable railway on ground that is frozen solid for most of the year but turns into a muddy mess during summer is no easy task. Engineers have employed cooling pipes and insulated foundations to keep the permafrost stable, preventing the tracks from shifting or sinking. These solutions are similar to those used on the Shanghai-Tibet Railway, but have been adapted for the unique conditions of the Sichuan-Tibet route. Transporting construction materials to remote locations for the Sichuan-Tibet Railway represents one of the most daunting logistical challenges of the project. The terrain across the Himalayan Railway is exceptionally rugged, with many construction sites located at altitudes exceeding 4,000 meters. Some areas are so isolated that materials and equipment have to be transported by helicopters, while smaller components are carried on foot by workers navigating steep trails. This adds both time and cost to the construction effort, but such measures are necessary for a project of this scale. For example, the Milan Tunnel, one of the project's standout engineering feats, stretches 10 kilometers and lies 1,200 meters beneath a mountain range at an altitude of 3,100 meters. Excavating this tunnel required the use of custom-designed tunnel boring machines, TBMs. These TBMs are some of the largest and most advanced in the world, engineered specifically for the unique challenges of this project. They're equipped to cut through layers of hard rock and permafrost while maintaining stability under immense geological pressure. The construction teams use advanced seismic monitoring systems to ensure safety, as the region frequently experiences tremors. The Sichuan-Tibet Railway's economic and strategic implications are monumental. Once completed, the railway will reduce travel time between Chengdu and Lhasa from 48 hours to just 13 hours. This reduction isn't just about convenience, it has the potential to revolutionize trade and mobility in the region. By facilitating faster and cheaper transportation of goods, the railway will significantly lower logistics costs for businesses. This could lead to increased trade volumes between Tibet and central China, fostering economic growth in one of the country's poorest regions. Improved accessibility also means unlocking Tibet's immense mineral wealth. The region is rich in natural resources, including copper, lithium, and rare earth materials. These materials are critical for industries ranging from renewable energy to electronics. With better transportation infrastructure, mining operations in Tibet could become more economically viable, positioning the region as a key player in global supply chains. Tourism is another sector poised to benefit. Tibet's breathtaking landscapes, unique culture, and iconic landmarks like the Potala Palace and Mount Everest Base Camp attract millions of visitors every year. The Sichuan-Tibet Railway is expected to increase annual tourist numbers dramatically, injecting billions of dollars into the local economy. This surge in tourism will likely create jobs in hospitality, retail, and transportation, providing new opportunities for local residents. However, such growth brings its own challenges, especially in managing the environmental impact of increased human activity. Tibet's ecosystem is one of the most fragile on Earth, home to endangered species like the snow leopard, Tibetan antelope, and black-necked crane. The construction of the railway, particularly its tunnels, bridges, and stations, has disrupted wildlife habitats and migration patterns. While engineers have incorporated eco-friendly features such as wildlife corridors and noise reduction barriers, critics argue that these measures may not be enough to mitigate long-term damage. The influx of tourists also raises concerns about waste management and pollution, as Tibet lacks the infrastructure to handle large-scale tourism sustainably. The human cost of construction is another significant factor. Thousands of workers endure extreme conditions, including freezing temperatures, thin air, and prolonged isolation from their families. To combat these challenges, construction camps are equipped with on-site medical facilities, oxygen tanks, and acclimatization protocols. Specialized diets and rest schedules help workers cope with the physical and mental toll of working at such high altitudes. When comparing the Sichuan-Tibet Railway with other monumental railways, its uniqueness becomes even more apparent. The Qinghai-Tibet Railway, completed in 2006, was the first to link Tibet with China's rail network. Stretching 1,956 kilometers, it traverses permafrost and high-altitude plateaus, reaching elevations of 5,072 meters at its highest point. While it set a new benchmark for high-altitude railways, the Sichuan-Tibet Railway pushes the boundaries even further by navigating more complex terrains and using advanced technologies like autonomous construction vehicles and AI-driven monitoring systems. In Europe, the Swiss Alps are home to impressive rail systems like the Gotthard Base Tunnel, the world's longest railway tunnel at 57 kilometers. The tunnel cuts through the Alps to improve connectivity between northern and southern Europe. The Swiss project faced challenges like hard rock formations and the need to maintain precise alignments over long distances. Similarly, the Sichuan-Tibet Railway has adopted cutting-edge technologies to overcome its unique geological challenges, but it must also contend with extreme altitudes and seismic activity, issues not as prominent in the Swiss Alps. Technological innovation is at the heart of the project. The railway employs autonomous construction vehicles, advanced surveying drones, and real-time monitoring to ensure safety and efficiency. The trains themselves are designed for comfort and reliability at extreme altitudes, featuring panoramic windows, climate-controlled cabins, and advanced braking systems for steep descents. These features not only enhance passenger experience, but also demonstrate the technological prowess required to operate in such challenging conditions. This project is more than just a railway. It's a story of ambition, resilience, and the delicate balance between progress and preservation. What do you think? Is the Sichuan-Tibet Railway a visionary step forward or a gamble with nature and culture? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss any stories like this. See ya in the next video.